For years, black people have been oppressed and didn't have the opportunity to do anything. We couldn't vote, buy houses, or even drink from the same water fountain as our white counterparts. We especially didn't have representation in the beauty, entertainment, and journalism industry. If we did have black men or women in commercials or magazines, it was light skinned people representing the entire race. It has always been up to black people themselves to create a safe space to encompass our own representation. Back then, black people created Soul Train, Ebony Magazine, BET, and so on. Today, we use social media to create our own representation by using hashtags and creating safe spaces for black people to talk about their problems. This presentation will break down 4 different ways that black people utilize social media as a space to discuss or raise awareness to our problems, which in this case is representation. Black women have been struggling with their hair identity for years because the media and the world sees black people's natural hair as ugly and undesirable, forcing black women to assimilate to white beauty standards, which have taught young black girls to feel insecure and grow up to hate their hair. Black women use social media to seek representation, since there is none in magazines. Black girls use YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram as a space to seek affirmation in their identity, since a lot of black girls are transitioning from perm to and relaxed hair to their beautiful natural hair. They acquire YouTube accounts to teach them how to care and style their hair. Black girls also use Twitter and Instagram to seek representation and use the comment sections to give advice, discuss problems, and help each other out.
African American women utilize social media as a sacred space to bring awareness of the lack of recognition of how they're portrayed in the limelight, which include the casting of stereotypical roles which highlight the negative aspect of their images and create a widespread influence of racial prejudice that undermine them together as a community. Black women use social media as a platform to inform others of the inconsistency and the misrepresentation that is shown in the grand scale of entertainment. One example is from the Sandy LSC casting, which posted an open casting call a few years earlier that sought women in 4 different categories. A girls were described as the hottest of the hot, where D girls were African American girls who were poor and not in good shape. To illustrate the following, here's a short video example to call for discussion and reflection.
Hi, my name is Candace and I'm a communications major, and I'll be touching on how Black women in the media are misrepresented, underrepresented, and poorly represented in mainstream media. So, the top 3 women that I want to talk about in mainstream media right now are Kerry Washington, Taraji P. Henson, and Gabrielle Union. So these 3 women have awesome roles and they are known for their roles on television. And although their roles are very successful, they're very successful women in the shows that they're playing in. But for one, Kerry Washington is a successful black woman in media relations for the president. But at the same time, she's having an affair with the president. So I feel like that's a backlash and underrepresentation of women. It's like we take one step forward and they take us 2 steps backwards by making the main character a mistress. And then we have Taraji P. Henson, who is also a very, very good black actress, and she plays a role as a drug dealer, and she contributed to $400,000 for this entertainment company, and that's pretty much why she's successful. But I don't. That doesn't properly represent how Black women are in reality. And then we have Gabrielle Union, who's also playing an awesome role on a show called Being Mary Jane, where she is a Black news anchor. But her problem is she keeps looking for love in all the wrong places. So a lot of men come and go. She has a drinking problem that she's acquired that she does when she's trying to deal with her issues. And I feel like us Black women, we have these great, great roles in mainstream media and the mass media, but at the same time, they're so flawed. Like, why can't we just be successful Black women on TV and not have to be a mistress for the president and not have to be an ex-convict or a drug dealer or have men issues or alcoholism? So that's my view on Black women in media. We're misrepresented. Not every Black woman is like that. And why do we have to be pushed back?
Social media is a space where people can go to voice their popular or unpopular opinions. In the African American community, this is a perfect way to spark debate about colors of skin shade. While scrolling down the timeline or newsfeed, anyone can see the team light skin versus team dark skin debate. Although it has triggered the rise in colorism within the African American community, social media can be used as a healing space for African American women to redefine beauty standards.
When you hear the whole light skin, dark skin debate now, it just takes us all the way back to those times. And it's really sad because in a lot of people's minds, it's embedded to think that light is really better.
And it's just really sad because us African Americans, we blame the whites for bringing our culture down, degrading ourselves, but we're really doing it to each other. So I think that social media really does show diversity and a lot of world changes that is happening now. That's why I think that Black girls are more confident.
New Age Sisterhood. Let us all think of tangible spaces where Black women can freely go to fill out power. While we think there aren't really many. There are 67% of the world's population that uses social media. 71% are women. 68% of those women are either Black or Hispanic. In my aspect of the presentation, I focused on how Black women utilize social media to freely voice opinions regarding colorism issues and body image, mobilize other Black women to fight against stereotypical images in the media, and form activism of Black issues, and also to celebrate the beauty of Black women by using hashtags such as Black Girls Rock and My Black is Beautiful. Here's an example of some screenshots that are on social media that show this. So I asked a few people what they think about how social media impacts how Black women can freely voice. Let's take a look.
Yes, I do agree that social media is a safe place for young African American girls just like I to post pictures, connect with others, and get our voices heard.
As you can see, social media is in fact a space Black women utilize that forms New Age sisterhoods. Thank you.
Since Black people don't have representation in the entertainment industry, it's up to us to create our own safe space on social media, to watch natural hair care videos, discuss dark skin versus light skin debate, talk about how Black women in the movie industry are misrepresented, and create our own sisterhood for Black women to have a safe space to talk about anything they want. Thank you for watching our video.
Brown skin, you know I love you.